reason I'm here today is my concern in regards to the robotics program. As you can see, we're not far removed from being the world champion and actually winning a regional last year. Problem is, it seems like, I don't know if it's you specifically, but I guess I'll have to blame you because you're the board.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'll have to apologize now if I'm direct.
That's fine, you be direct.
But literally the robotics program this year has had zero support from anybody. Not from the board, not from the school. I have mentors there, that are helping us. But basically, this year, there would be no robotics, nothing if it wasn't for Mrs. Olivas and her husband. They've literally purchased probably $8,000–9,000 worth of parts. You guys have not supported any financial support, administrative support, anything on purchasing parts. We've had to do it literally ourselves.
Could I ask you, please, to make an appointment with Mrs. Melinda Jaggi, who will take all of that down? This board takes your concerns extremely seriously, and I'm not cutting you off. You have further time to speak to us. But before the time goes on, we'd like to hear more about this. We are all in full support of our robotics team.
You might be in support verbally.
But we need to show that.
There's nothing that you've
Okay.
actually done.
Mrs. Jaggi, will you communicate, let the board know what it is we have not done, what our expected level of support is? We have a board meeting this coming Tuesday, and I would hope that it would be possible for the two of you to get together so we can get some sort of detail and make some decisions.
Not to repeat myself, and I've realized Tuesday and all that good stuff, but literally the season has already started 2 weeks ago. So
I think, and I'm not sure if the other board members are aware, there's a Facebook page for the robot. I'm assuming that's the same robotics team, Griffin.
Yes.
50-12 year.
So that, it's kind of a fun thing. I watch their competitions live when they're posted live, and it's a great.
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to, and I'm only because I'm limited. The only reason this school, or most of the publicity you get, is from Griffin year. Literally, if you would have gone back to last season, this team was probably on the newspaper, local newspaper, probably 6 or 7 times. My frustration also is through your administrative system. There's a program, I don't know if some of you are familiar, this is where you get money for the robotics team. And apparently, we let it expire, we haven't done anything.
I am not able to support back and forth conversation due to the Brown Act, but just what you have told us is enough for us to get busy and see what we can do. None of us realized that that had expired.
But how can that be if you're the board? You are a robotics supported team.
I cannot entertain due to the Brown Act. I can't back and forth. That's why I need you to speak with our administrator.
May you and I step outside? I'll get your contact information and we'll meet like as soon as possible. Is that okay?
Yes.
Would it be all right if I do that right
Absolutely,
now?
yes.
Okay.
And thank you. We appreciate you coming forward.
And if I may, again, say that we're in the, I want to say the middle of the season. This is stuff that should have been planned last year.
4 or 5 months.
Not only that, you've taken money from the fireworks stand that was to be allocated this year to pay for debt from last year. I don't know if that's legal or not. I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Please,
I'm just telling you
I know,
what's going on.
and we appreciate
And that's
it.
not right.
Okay.
Okay. Mrs. Cecilia Ayala,
That would be me.
please.
Good afternoon, thank you for having me. I'm part of Griffin Gear as well. I'm a mother. I've been with Griffin Gear since school opened.
First year.
My daughter is now an alumni. She's now a mentor for the team. And currently my son is a senior that has been in the team as well for the past 3 years. We've dedicated everything to see them succeed. As parents, we give our time, our money, and our donations as much as we can to see them succeed. My daughter is part of the video that goes out to everybody. She's on your ads to advertise the school. They've done amazing things. They've gone to worlds, they go to regionals, they try their best. But without your support, we can't continue. Right now we're doing fundraisers to help them get to the next competition, which is in 4 weeks. We can't go without your support. We can't take the kids on buses without your support. In the past, parents have funded, we've given money, and then we've been told, no, you can't give money. It's against rules. And now it's okay to give money. So, but where is the thin line of, are we allowed to give money? Are we allowed not to?
We're taking the first steps now to figure this out. Believe me, this is the first, this board is hearing of this. If you would like to step out in the hall and add your concerns, I would ask you to do so. I do pledge a response. We are impressed and proud of our team, and it is our objective to support them. If I would ask you just one thing, please send board members an email regarding the fundraisers. If we don't know about it, we can't help you promote them and participate. Please.
You should know because the teachers have done it with permission.
I can't back and
Yeah,
forth,
of
I'm
course,
sorry.
yes. But again, thank you, and please do your best to support our team. I'm an employee with the Palmdale School District, and I've chosen to bring my children to a charter school. For personal reasons, I believe that this school is a great school, but it needs to continue to be great. We've had changes, administration leaving. We don't know who's what. We don't know who's admin, who's not admin. It changes one day to another day. Parents need consistency, and so do our children. I want to see this school continue to succeed, to be what I saw it to be, and I want to continue to support it. Be proud of my daughter being on a video advertising for this school to continue to succeed, not go down. We need to continue, not only for the Griffin Gear, but for the entire school.
We appreciate that. We agree with you. We're not in disagreement. Mrs. Mann, would you discuss with me after the meeting, sending out to the parents again the announcement regarding administration? I want to make sure everybody has that.
It's not just an announcement. At this point, maybe a meeting. Introduce yourselves. We hear your phone calls, the video calls with names of people, but we don't know who's who. Or at least I don't.
We will revisit this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And Ordonez?
Oliveras.
Oliveras.
Oliveras, yes.
Please.
With an O, not an A. Okay, so my name's Arlene, and like Ms. Ayala here, I've been with the team since school started. Okay, very passionate about the team in robotics. Just incidentally fell in when my two boys went. Have an alumni, second year UCI, and a senior currently on the program. I am fortunate enough to be able to pay money towards stuff, buy things, that kind of thing. So I might be in a situation that's different from a lot of the children that are on the team. So this is my last year with the team. My husband and I have sponsored and supported, I cannot, probably in the range of in the last 5 years, maybe $40,000 towards this program. The last being now around 10,000 this year. And the reason the reason we've done it, because this team has given us back way more than money can do. It's given us extra children. We enjoy those kids. They become part of the family. They go extra curricular activities outside with us. And we've all known each other for so long. So it has given us back way more. But sustainability and moving forward, my husband and I could fund this whole team for the year. That's not going to help the children that are coming up. Okay? So what I don't think that you guys have has been communicated to the board, because we've been speaking to Paul and, no, who's Paul? Who's the CEO?
He is not with us this
Okay.
evening.
And who is the head of robotics right now, currently?
Brophy, Mr. Brophy.
Not Brophy, another gentleman.
Mr. Martin.
Not Mr. Martin, another.
Martin.
Paul? No. We've been meeting with people regarding this, but I think the urgency is that we're 2 weeks into the season. To get parts, were we to get money, we would have to go through the ASB process, which means that it would be like probably a week and a half before we get the parts approved, and then a couple of weeks to get the parts ordered and then paid for. And by then we're already at our first regional and we haven't done nothing. So what happened at the end of not the end of last year, a few months in, October, the team was told they're in debt because we're having this change of administration, and everything that was paid for last year, and who paid for it, we don't know, but the school was going to pay for the trip to Idaho. The school was paying for the trip to the championships because we made it to championships. The school was paying for this. We had to pay for that. We've got, in the end, it was questionable whether we owed $20,000, $30,000, or $50,000. So it turns out, as of Saturday, parents' meeting, we apparently owe -2,000 if you throw in the fireworks, all the fundraising and all of that. So we're starting the season out -2,000. Not too bad, except we started last season with grants that weren't apparently applied for because they had to be submitted by advisor. Those weren't submitted timely, that kind of thing. We had funding from the school, that's suddenly gone poof. And so we are in a situation where 2 weeks before the season starts, before the reveal game, we can't start the season, half the team wants to leave, and I'm saying to the guys, okay, the seniors, you can't leave, because you can't be that example to the juniors underneath you, and all the other years underneath you, you can't be there. You have to be there to give them a start, give them direction, and show that you aren't a quitter. So what can we do about it? What are we going to do if we don't have parts? I'm like, okay, we can arrange this. But it's taken countless trips downtown to go and pick up metal, to go and get aluminium, to multiple orders to all places around the world, to get motors, to get equipment, to get supplies. And they're still coming in, and these kids are 2 weeks into the season. So all of this time is crucial. Thank goodness we don't have bag and tag, which you guys won't understand unless you're part of robotics, but we don't have bag and tag this year, which is probably going to save us and make us, a competitive bot, because we don't have to stop working on it in 6 weeks' time. We still have the ability to work on it until we go to our first championship. But I think that the fact that we're 2 weeks into the season and nothing has been done, there's been no support and no answer, and conversations have been had. So we want a couple of things. We need to know where we are financially. What are you guys going to do to support us? We have our business proposition proposal. We have the plans, everything. The students have done all of that. But they're waiting for an opportunity to present and speak to somebody, and we haven't been given that opportunity. Number one.
It will happen this
Okay.
week.
It will happen this week.
It will happen this week.
Okay, wonderful. So they can get prepared because they have their spreadsheets. And so that's number one. And number two, advisor. Our senior advisor position needs to be revisited. Unfortunately, as much as we really enjoy this person as a person, she hasn't been effective in taking on the team and leading it when she took over 2 years ago. She was new. She was, didn't have enough guidance as to how to get us to where we need to go. To have the fundraising, understanding things are important. Okay, yes, and we submitted a letter, a couple of weeks ago, to the board, and
You submitted a
yes,
letter to the board?
emailed. No, you handed it in.
Your husband didn't.
Yes, handed it in, and
I will track that letter
Yeah.
down. We will be in contact with you.
okay,
We will begin taking care of business this week.
okay,
I can't do any more back and forth, though. You
wonderful.
have my word.
So wonderful. So this week, if we don't hear from you this week, what is our avenue?
May I interrupt?
Please.
May I share that we're meeting tomorrow? Mr. Mason and I are meeting tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I don't know if that can be the same meeting or a different one, but the same way
Okay.
we'll arrange it. So you contact me and I'll arrange the meeting.
Yeah, I just need to know that it's not gonna go from week to week to week.
Understood.
Okay,
You have the board's word.
great. Thank you.
Those are all of the speaker cards that I have. Is there anyone else who wants to address the board?
I did not fill out a card, but they are covering most everything. that
Your
is
name
on
is?
Jim Henry. I'm a mentor on FTC team, one level below FRC. And we're in the same situation, having to scrounge parts and build things. And we're actually in our season. We finished third in the competition. My daughter's team finished third in the competition Saturday, and we're going to interleague in 2 weeks. And we're basically just scrounging up parts and things.
Thank you. When we talk about the robotics team, we are talking about the entire program.
Okay. Then they've said everything that
Thank
is
you.
on my mind.
Okay.
Are there any other requests to address the board? All right. We are going to recess to close session. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to read the items. I apologize. We are recessing to closed session tonight with respect to every item of business to be discussed in closed session pursuant to Government Code 54950 and Education Code Section 35164. The Board of Directors may meet in closed session to discuss matters related to existing or potential litigation and may consider matters regarding the price and terms of payment for the purchase, sale, exchange, or lease of real property. The board may also consider personnel matters and matters related to student suspension, disciplinary action, or any other matters regarding a specific student. And we are recessed now at 4:30.